Welcome to our work in the fabric. We're going to be exploring some wind-ups today, but first it'll be a slow flow to just open everything up. Now my hammock is set a little lower than I normally have it. I want to make sure you can comfortably get your leg in and out of the hammock. So I'm beneath my hip flexors. So if you need to adjust your height, do so. Hopefully you'll learn something and enjoy this one. Let's get started. Get comfy. Good girl. Now for a change, let's begin our practice on the inside of our hammock. Start by finding the curly edge of one side. Back up to your hammock, grab a couple handfuls so you can climb in and take a seat. Fabric comes to the backs of your knees. Once you're in your hammock, we'll go ahead and cover the shoulders, lie back. Walk those feet in. I want you to get totally covered, so make sure your head is covered fully. You could extend your arms overhead, bend at the elbows, and just give a little prayer or a steeple of the hands and the fingers. Close your eyes and just feel the natural current of your hammock. We want to work with our body. We want to shut off from the real world for a little while, because it's tough out there. Pay attention to our bodies, our breathing. Be a little less serious for a moment. And whatever's been stressing you out this week, I just want you to kind of breathe into that. Exhale, sigh it out. And not that we can fix it in this moment, but sometimes just breathing and releasing helps. Picking some side bends. Extend the arms. You can keep them in a little prayer or steeple. Add a little C curve from one side over to the other. Right? So think of that little banana shape. We'll be here for just a few movements. I don't tend to do a lot in the hammock with you because I think it's just really hard for you to see what's going on from your screen at home. Come over to the right and hold for a moment. On the inhale, feel yourself expanding through the left side. And exhale, move through center, crunch left, breathe into right. And then just a couple more side to side. As you come back to center, we're going to make a transition. I want you to roll onto your left side. So try to stack everything. Hips, lungs, arms, and legs straight. Inhale. And on the exhale, try to fold in half. Bring your feet and your hands towards each other. And then opening up into what feels like a little back bend. Arch the spine. And to exit, bend your knees and begin to unravel. Fold in half into that little fortune cookie. And then open up again. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, bend and fold in half. Twice more. Inhale, open. And exhale, bring it across and in. Last time. See if you can hold. Don't use your hands to hold your feet. Just fold in half. Release to neutral. Roll onto your back. And over to the right. Everything is stacked. Breathe in. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arch open. Come as far back as you can go. Bend the knees. And then fold in half. Move at your own pace. Last time. Try to fold forward, don't hold your feet. right? Use muscles. Hold. Arch back. Hold here. And back to center. Adjust onto your spine. Once you come onto your back, reach up with your hands to help you sit up. Inhale the arms overhead, come through the middle. I want you to grab the outer edges of your feet to take a forward fold. You can keep a soft bend to your knees. We're still in our warm-up, so keep this gentle. Look in with the eyes. Inhale, come up halfway. Try to pull those feet a little closer towards you. And once again, in with the eyes. And roll your way up. From here, inhale the arms up, where they're going to come through the back of the fabric into a back bend. So the fabric should be somewhere to the middle, lower portion of your back. Release slowly, holding onto the fabric. Make sure you let the head go completely, so no strain in the neck. If you feel more secure, continue to hold your fabric. Otherwise, let your arms go. So we have a little pressure on the back. It's actually probably really good for the kidneys. Breathe. Hands come up. You want to grab the fabric. Now make sure you lift your chest first. Your head will be the last to come up, so pull down on your fabric. Chest to ceiling. Head only comes up at the top. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale. Once again, take your fold. Outer edges of the feet. Fold in with your eyes. Just try to go a little deeper, push through the heels, maybe try to extend through the backs of the kneecaps a bit. Release as you roll up, and you can kick your feet through. Sit up nice and tall, inhale the arms overhead, exhale, twist to the right. Breathe in, exhale, twist to the left. Once more, inhale overhead, exhale, make your twist. And up, exhale to the left, look over your left shoulder, breathe in. Beautiful, come all the way up with the arms and then back through center. I want you to make a transition into your fabric, so we're gonna turn sideways. So bring your legs on the inside. You're gonna have to move around a little bit. Try to find the center. Both heels are gonna come up the fabric, so your legs are straight. Should feel similar to our forward fold. You can hold the backs of the thighs, bringing the torso a little closer in, and then look in with your eyes. You can go deeper by trying to come up a little further, or I like to come to the outside of the foot by the pinkies. Draw the feet towards you. Look in with your eyes. Inhale, a little more length, heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, look in with your eyes. Lifting the gaze, and slide your feet down your fabric. So you have a little diamond, so a little Baddha Konasana or bound ankle pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can deepen by kind of pulling those heels in if you'd like. And since I'm kind of sideways now, I will mirror you, starting with the left side. Left arm is going to grab the hammock, so I want all that fabric in front of me. Right arm comes up and then lean across to go as far as you can go. As you come across, make sure that you lean into the fabric behind you. Just let the head organically go wherever it feels most comfortable. You could also deepen this by using your right hand. I'm just going to cup the back of my head and energetically push the head into the hand to open further. So elbow to ceiling. Roll your way up. Right arm comes all the way across. Grab the fabric in front of you, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, come across. All right, come as far as you can go. Use your body weight to lean back. And I'm just going to cup my head, elbow to ceiling. So my head pushes into my hand, I go deeper. One more inhale. Come out nice and slow. All right, and you could kick your legs out. I'm gonna kick to your side. Come back into a seat. Let the elbows catch the outside of the fabric and fold forward. Just shake the head yes or no, let any tension go. Just make sure you're centered, you're here with me. Rise up and come onto your feet. You could keep the fabric behind you, you're right underneath your plumb line. Bend and let the elbows catch again. Let your body weight sink. Shake your head yes or no. And if you want to try to go deeper, I'm just going to begin to send my body weight forward to get a little more stretch through the chest. And back to center, roll your way up. Bring the fabric up and over. You can hold it in front of you like a little bar. Extend forward just like a cow pose. Lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Breathe in. Exhale, curl the tailbone under and come up to stand. Inhale, forward standing cat-cows. Exhale it in and up. And again. Twice more. And then last time. Now let's see if we can confuse the movement pattern, right? We're kind of used to moving in that one direction. Come forward. Rather than curling the tailbone under, I want you to start with the crown. Lift the crown, arch the spine, come all the way up. Tuck the chin, round the back, come forward. Head comes first. Head, chest, arch the back, and bring the fabric in. Curl forward. Crown first. Do one more. Last time. Go ahead and press down with your hands. Now pull apart with your hands. So it's a downward and outward action. Engage the muscles of your thighs. Imagine pulling your feet in opposite directions between right and left. Spreading through the sit bones. If you feel like you can go a little further, this is pretty challenging. Maybe float forward towards the toes. Heels are lifted. Pull that fabric apart. Pull the thighs apart. Roll your way up. Now remember, our fabric is a little lower than it normally is, but let's go ahead and explore downward dog. Walk forward as you fold in half. Feet float to the back of the mat. Can actually touch the floor for this one. Try not to just reach with your toes. Continue to push with your heels. Shake the head yes or no. Just release tension in the neck. Maybe swing a little from side to side or just move freely. Still trying to lengthen backside. And then just begin to soften. You'll come right underneath your plumb line. You can keep your hands on the ground. We'll do one side at a time, starting with the right. Just like a wrap down dog, right foot is gonna come all the way around and wrap the front of the fabric. Flex the foot to catch, and then lengthen it up. So we're gonna crochet right up. Left hand stays on the floor, push into the ground, try to rotate open into a star. We can stay here, or you can grab the back of the fabric, releasing with the hand. Right, left leg can stay heavy, or you can bend the knee. Left to the floor, unravel your star, come all the way back down. Right foot releases and walk forward. Up and out, fabric will come right overhead, bend your knees, and catch your shoulders. One long line from toes to crown, head is supported, navel draws in, thoracic arch. Nice deep breath into the lungs. Lift the head first, and walk up and back. Fabric comes up and overhead. Let's try that second side. Folding in half right across those hips. Feet float behind you. Downward dog, round 2. Push the heels to the floor as the navel draws in. So as we set up for that second side, hands are still on the ground. The left leg only is going to come out and around the outside. Foot hooks and extend up the fabric, right? I'm going to continue to press into the ground with the right hand. Right leg is low, coming up into rotation. Staying here, or release, reaching for that back side. Release with just the right hand. You can float if you choose. Right hand to the floor, and slowly unravel. Both feet down, walk through and forward. Fabric comes up and over second time. Thoracic arch, catch the shoulders, arch over. Breathe. And then lift the gaze. From here, just walk your feet as wide, if not slightly wider than your mat, and hinge from one side over to the other. Come all the way over to the right. Support the head with your right hand and lengthen your whole left side body. Foot to fingers. Up and over. Cradle the head with the left as you reach with the right. And back to center. Walking back. And bring the fabric up and over. All right, we'll stay on that right side. So catch the back of the knee crease. You're right underneath your plumb line. Hold on with just the left hand. Take your rotation from here, twist to the right. Nice open chest. And exhale, release the twist. Hand to the hip. Lift your left heel nice and slow. Keep your hips square. Press the pelvis forward. Keep drawing the right hip back. Chest is lifted. Engage your glutes. Add rotation if and when you're ready. Really squeeze that left thigh. And back. Extend, find the ankle. Same premise here. We're gonna flex that right foot, holding on with the left hand. Begin your twist, pull the right hip back. Then add rotation, open up, nice lifted chest. Release the twist, come up onto your left heel. Slow and controlled, right? Core is engaged. Find your edge. As you come forward, continue to try to draw this hip back, right? So think of almost trying to scissor those inner thighs together. If you feel like you want to go deeper, that might be deep enough. Twist again to the right. Keep that right foot flexed. And back to center. Go ahead and release. Second side, left comes in. Make sure you're right underneath your plumb line. Hold on with just your right hand. Left hip pulls back. Add your rotation. Nice lifted chest. One more inhale. Exhale, release the twist. Come up onto the right heel. Lean forward. Strong back leg, squeeze the glutes. Pull the left hip back first. Add your rotation. Look over that left shoulder. And back. Onto the ankle. Foot is flexed, stand tall. Pull your hip back first, right? We add rotation there. Look over the left shoulder when you're ready. Keep that left foot flexed. And on the exhale, release the hand. Face forward. I'm gonna keep that left thumb right in the hip crease to help pull it back. As I come forward, lift your right heel, find your edge, right? I don't wanna let this hip lead because I can very easily let this hip lead. Pull it back. Oh my God. Take your rotation. One more breath. And back to center. Unravel with the foot. Whew, take a breather. Let's take that fold again. Hold the fabric in front. Extend the tailbone up. Come forward, long spine. Let's try that reverse movement pattern. Crown comes up first. Chest all the way to the hips. Curl in, right? I'm gonna curl down, articulating through the spine. Lift the gaze. Come up. Twice more. And last time. All right, let's get ready for our wind-ups. Now, I don't consider these as much of yoga expressions as I do you just learning how to build confidence and moving in your fabric. Chances are, if you went on to classes in the aerial world, whether it were silks, sling, or a hammock on higher ceilings, chances are you would be doing wind-ups, but multiple times, right? So our pinch factor, or the pain, can be a little more severe. And this is a nice way to start conditioning the skin and get you used to it. So if we're gonna start back on our right side, I'm gonna cross the right panel closest to me. This will be preparation for our half wind-up. So if our right panel is closest, our right leg goes through that little keyhole. I'm gonna pull it up to the top of my thigh. Now if my right leg is in, I'm gonna be doing my pulling to the left. So right hand comes across the chest and the left hand reaches high. Now don't think you have to kick quickly, right? You can kick slow and controlled, especially if it's the first couple times you're going into it. You're not quite sure where you're gonna end up. Pull down with the left, kick through with your free leg. Thighs squeeze together, and this is your half wind up. You can squeeze the legs, you could also bend one leg. To release, re-grab with your hands, the free leg will kick through. Back up onto the feet, stand up. You're right underneath your plumb line. Slide the fabric down to the back of your knee crease. This is a crisscross wind up, very similar action, but we want to focus on getting perpendicular, so we're going to be standing up. So, right arm is low, left hand is high. We kick through our negative space, so pull down with the left. See how slow I did that? Come all the way up. This is your crisscross wind up. If you feel balanced, you can try to release. Getting ready to grab on at a moment's notice. Right, so here's that little pinch factor. Imagine if you had that wound up twice. Kick through. Release that leg. All right, let's try that second side. So left panel crosses closest, right? That means my left leg is gonna come through. Half wind up, remember we come high. You're gonna come all the way up that thigh. Cross your body, right? So my left hand comes low, right hand pulls down. Now remember, we don't need to just whip our leg through. You can go slow. Kick through. Nice and slow. Hook the elbow if you want. Kicking through. Come right underneath your plumb line. Slide to the back of the knee crease, right? So starting to get comfortable with this, we're gonna go to the opposite side of our leg. We go for that standing variation, so kick through. Think of trying to get perpendicular. We're standing up. If you feel balanced, again, you could release with one or both hands. Free leg kicks through. And release that foot. Onto our Seahorse. Give me a nice open fabric. Right back to the right side. So I want you to get that right leg inside the fabric. And I want the whole thigh covered. Right underneath your plumb line. Foot can be flexed. Hold onto the fabric with both sides. Pull the fabric towards you. Try to feel that nice stretch in the hamstring. And if you want to go a little further, begin to send your body weight forward. Chest is lifted. Just find your edge. All right. In this pose, we're already kind of set up for our Seahorse wind up. So anytime I do this pose, at least in the beginning, or if I don't practice it for a while, it always feels really weird when I go in. The knee that's in the hammock is gonna bend as soon as you rotate into your pose, which feels weird in my opinion. So if my right leg is in, we're gonna do this similar bind. Right arm comes across the chest to the left side. Left hand is high. Pull down with the fabric, we kick through negative space. Right, that knee will naturally bend. Making shapes here, and then once again kicking through. Come back underneath your plumb line and remove the right, getting ready for the left. So right underneath your plumb line, left leg comes in, you want it nice and straight, foot is covered. Hold on to both sides. Right underneath your plumb line. Pull the fabric towards you, start to initiate that stretch in the hamstring. Then if you want to go deeper, begin to send your body weight forward. Right, find your edge. And then back to center. We grab the right, yeah? So left leg is in, I'm coming across the body, reaching high, getting ready to kick through. I feel like that one always feels a little reckless to me, but I know I'm gonna land where I land, right? That takes a little bit of confidence to figure out. Seahorse wind up. Make a shape, right? I find that little Instagram friendly kick through. Right back underneath plumb line and releasing the foot. All right, from here, open up your fabric. So those are our basic wind-ups, and they're really good to just practice. And like I said, they make me feel young, where I can just kind of flip into my hammock and I know it will catch me. So we're gonna take a seat again into our hammock to finish and take our cool down. But since our hammock is a little lower, it might be good to practice flipping backwards into our hammock. So if this is new to you or you don't feel comfortable, you can always find a seat and we will join you. All right, if you're gonna work this transition with me, start by making sure you have a nice open fabric and find one of your curly edges. That's gonna come right up and over your shoulders. And here's the important part. you want to tuck your elbows in. So one at a time, tuck your elbow in, and the other tucks in. Once you're here, bend forward. You'll feel pressure on your shoulders. Extend your arms up the fabric. I like to hold on, so I grab a little handful of fabric in my hands as my arms extend. So from here, my shoulders are covered. I'm holding onto the fabric with my hands. I'm going to jump up and find a seat. So I'm going to roll into the fabric. Bend for preparation and launch off. Feet come into the fabric, right? So that takes a little bit of practice. I also have a tutorial on that if that was new to you. I'll make sure it's in the description below. Go ahead and get covered completely. And then take a seat. We'll start with that fold that we did in the beginning of our practice. Hold the outer edges of the feet as you fold forward. Look in with the eyes. Begin to inhale the arms up. Come through the back of the hammock and into our back bend. Second round, just like warm up. Come out nice and slow. Use your hands to hold onto the fabric, of course, releasing only if and when feels comfortable to you. Shake the head, no tension in the neck. Remember the exit here. Chest comes up first. Head stays heavy. Hold down with your hands. Head is the last to come up. You can come back into your fold just for a counter stretch for a brief forward fold in. Roll up and you can kick your feet through so you're in the backs of those knees and swing one leg over. Try to find the middle of your fabric or at least close to it. Since I'm facing you, I will mirror again. So let's start with the right side. I'm going to bring the right foot up and in. So just my right foot is on the left inner thigh. Left hand is going to hold the fabric. Right arm comes up and reaches across, similar to what we did in warm up. Now you can hold here if that feels like it's deep enough. If you want to try to go deeper, I'm going to see if I can extend that left leg. Foot is flexed and pull yourself in. So I'm actually going for the pinky side edge of the foot. And I'm trying to rotate towards the ceiling, so opening the chest. Push into that fabric behind you. Really extend through the heel if you have the bind. And then nice and slow. I feel like that's like my new favorite position. All the way up. Release with the right. Climb in with the left. So left foot comes to right inner thigh. And sit up nice and tall. Right arm holds right in front. Left arm reaches high and comes across. Lean into the back of your fabric. That should feel familiar. If you want to go for the bind, right, try to find that pinky side, which is going to help the rotation. Spin the heart towards the ceiling, pull the leg towards you. Breathe and expand. Try to really get into that lung. Release, we come back to center. So I want you to decide how you want to take your Shavasana, if you want to lie out completely. I think I might do my little bound angle pose since I'm already seated. So if you want to follow my lead, soles of the feet together. Maybe give yourself a little pull in and a little rock. Let your head rest on the fabric behind you unless you're lying back. Close your eyes. Just take a moment for your body to completely relax and let go. If you're lying on your back, just begin some slow movements. And if you're seated with me, just gently rock your head from side to side. And if you're lying back, join us in a seated position. Maybe kick your legs through the front. Inhale the arms overhead and exhale, bring it into heart center. As always, I am humbled and honored to be here working with you. Namaste. Hopefully you've enjoyed that one, maybe even learned something new today. Make sure you check out our entire playlist of tutorials and classes in our hammock on the channel, as well as all the other stuff, yoga, Pilates, and meditation. Hopefully I will see you there, and of course, Namaste.